wild. They're already doing deals. Like they're trying to give you a free tire change. They're trying to give you a free car wash and all types of stuff to get out to these games. This is wild. Look at how empty this arena is. Look at how empty it is. The cheapest ticket, $6.
This is unreal. WNBA playoff tickets. Yes, we're talking about the postseason, the grand finale of the basketball calendar, are going for as little as $6. Seriously, $6. That's not a typo, and no, it's not a limited time promo. It's just that affordable.to put it in perspective. That's less than a Chipotle burrito with extra guac. Less than 2 overpriced lattes. Less than what you'd pay just to park outside the arena. For the cost of a fast food combo, you can walk through the gates of a WNBA playoff game, a stage that's supposed to represent the very peak of women's professional basketball. And here's the real shocker. We're not just talking about seats in the nosebleeds. We're talking lower bowl seats, the kind that usually cost a small fortune. All for the price of a drive-through dinner.
NBA is in a panic right now. The WNBA higher-ups are panicking. They don't know what's going to happen. I already let y'all know. I showed y'all the numbers that they was concerned about the playoff ratings and what they will be for the networks. They're concerned about it already. No Caitlin Clark here to carry everybody. They don't know how these numbers are going to look. Tickets are they're already doing Black Friday sales for playoff tickets. There are teams already doing Black Friday sales for playoff.
But here's the real headline. Caitlin Clark isn't on the court. She's not out there electrifying crowds with deep threes or dropping highlight reel assists. Instead, she's on the bench, in sweats, not a jersey. And just like that, the entire basketball ecosystem, especially the WNBA, feels like it's been turned on its head. So the question is, how did we get here? Who's responsible for this mess? Sound off in the comments. We want to hear what you think.
It's back and forth from all the WNBA players that the league is not just Caitlin Clark. Stop acting like the league is not just Caitlin Clark. There are other people who are doing things. But Caitlin Clark has been injured, so she hasn't been playing. Since Caitlin Clark went down, the WNBA ratings have dropped over 55%.
Yikes.
Across the board.
Hey, guess what, guys?
The league is Caitlin Clark.
The league is Caitlin Clark.
This isn't just a story about cheap tickets. It's a cautionary tale about perceived value, questionable leadership, and just how fragile this league feels without the one player who reignited national interest. When Caitlin Clark was healthy, the Indiana Fever weren't just playing basketball, they were printing money. Her games weren't just popular, they were cultural events. Fans flew across the country to watch her live. Resale prices routinely hit 4 figures, just for the privilege of being in the building. Courtside? Try $4,000 to $5,000 a seat. She turned Indiana into the hottest ticket in the sport, leapfrogging the Pacers in their own backyard and selling out road arenas that had never seen demand like this before. Now, those same tickets are going for pocket change. Literally, you could pay with the coins in your cup holder and still have enough left over for a hot dog. The same franchise that once saw fans stretch their wallets just to catch a glimpse of Clark is now struggling to fill seats, practically begging people to show up.
Understandable in this era to figure that tickets for playoff games are more expensive than the regular season, but Fever tickets for Tuesday night remain very affordable. $12, $13. I don't know what they're going to lie about as far as attendance goes. We're going to get into that momentarily. There are tons of tickets, hundreds of tickets available, if not thousands of tickets still available for tonight's game at a cheap price of a hoagie sandwich and a bag of chips from one.
And the collapse? It's anything but subtle that we're talking playoff basketball, the crown jewel of the season, when demand should be at its absolute peak. Yet here we are, with courtside seats going for $200. $200. That's the kind of price tag you'd expect at a high school state championship, not the WNBA postseason. The drop-off is so steep, it borders on surreal. One moment, Indiana was the epicenter of the basketball universe. The next, they can't even give tickets away.
NBA is in a frenzy right now. The cash cow is not available to play. The Golden Goose is not available right now. That is Caitlin Clark. So now everyone has to get their numbers on their own. We saw Caitlin Clark bring in a whopping 1.8 million viewers for her first playoff game versus the Connecticut Sun last season. That was more than all of the other playoff games that was played that day combined. More than all of the other playoff games played that day
This, my friends, is the Caitlin Clark effect. Living proof of how one player can completely shift the trajectory of an entire sport. When Clark was healthy, Fever home games averaged over 17,000 fans, shattering records like it was routine. That's not just impressive, it's transformative. For perspective, she outdrew multiple NBA teams in attendance. Opposing franchises scrambled to adapt. The Washington Mystics moved their matchup from a cozy 4,200-seat gym to a 14,000-seat NBA arena. The Chicago Sky abandoned their 10,400-seat home just to host Clark's Fever at the United Center, where they packed in over 20,000 fans. Think about that, an entire league shifting venues, rewriting schedules, and cashing in, all because of one rookie. That's not hype, that's history.
Here, the cheapest ticket available to see the Indiana Fever at the Connecticut Sun in the first round of the 2024 WNBA playoffs, $133. Let's just say it's not near that expensive this year. It's not. So right there, Indiana Fever just had Caitlin Clark cut a WWE promo.
But then came the gut punch. On September 4th, Caitlin Clark officially announced she'd miss the rest of the season with a groin injury. And just like that, the energy vanished. It was as if someone flipped the switch, and the lights went out on the Fever's season. Their September 16th playoff game, the franchise's first home postseason appearance since 2016, should have been a celebration, a milestone, a triumphant return to relevance. Instead, it became something else entirely, a harsh, undeniable reminder of just how much this team, and arguably the entire league, is riding on the shoulders of one player.
You can get courtside seats for $200. It is $200 to go sit courtside. Second row courtside behind the basket is $200. 1 to 3 tickets. It is $200 to sit courtside this game. This is in fact the cheapest. It is cheaper to go to this Fever game. This is the cheapest it's been to get into the Fever all year. Why? Why is it the cheapest?
Fans who once camped outside arenas just to watch Caitlin Clark warm up are now scrolling past $6 playoff tickets like they're expired coupons. What should have been a packed, electric environment turned into a half-empty arena echoing with what-ifs. The message couldn't be clearer. Without Clark, the magic disappears, and it's not just the box office that feels the void. Clark's absence sends shockwaves through every corner of the WNBA.TV ratings, down merchandise sales, stalled media coverage, practically vanished. When Clark missed 5 games earlier this season, the impact was immediate and devastating. Viewership didn't just dip, it cratered. The league lost 55% of its audience overnight. Games that were regularly pulling in over 1 million viewers suddenly struggled to crack 350,000. That's not a slump, that's a collapse.
The last time the Indiana Fever posted a video of Caitlin Clark talking was almost a month ago. But they know who they need to post when it's time to sell tickets. Damn! Putting CC front and center only when it's time to sell tickets. Oh boy. Oh boy. And we're talking about the tickets, folks. Don't hate the player, hit the game. I'm just a lonely messenger. That's it. Look at these ticket prices. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Look at these ticket prices. $13, $12, $55 for section 100, $27, $147 for section 5, $55 for section 19, $330 for courtside.